Hey, my loves, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time hearing my voice or seeing my video on this channel, my name is Janelle and welcome. Please do well to like this video and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, you all know what we do here. Welcome back. Okay, today I'm going to be reviewing this movie, Maid of Honor, written by Frederick Leonard. I do not know the reason for this title, Maid of Honor, because as soon as I saw it, I was thinking of something else. But this movie is about a man, a very greedy man who wants to eat his cake and have it. Now, it wasn't that he wasn't doing well for his goal. He was doing his best. Now, his goal, wearing these very huge jumpsuits, trying to surprise him, is just a turn off for him. And she had apologized for showing up like that in that jumpsuit in the afternoon and said she was going to show up in a very cute, sexy nightwear. And that was what she came up with: a robe or a bed sheet across her neck. It was crazy. This guy was always pissed off with this girl. And guess what? His friend will always say, oh, she looks cute, she looks nice. I was like, please. Now, David was supposed to propose to his girl today, and she went to wear a very huge gown, and then he had to take her in and dress her up by himself, and she was looking all cute. Now, going out, she was dragging this gown down, saying it was too short and all that. Now, looking at somebody who is always not listening to what someone is saying, I need you to dress a certain way, you are expecting this man to open this door for you, the car door, because of what? Anyway, they got to the restaurant and she was trying to carry serviette to close her boobs area that it was too open, and this guy was just so tired. Last, he proposed and she was so happy, and he begged her to move in with him, and she agreed and said, okay, next week, can we do it next week? And I was like, okay, and boom, a really bougie lady walks into the restaurant after the proposal, and he was looking at this girl because this is what he wants. Like, this is what he has always wanted. And here, David, who had just proposed to his woman with a very mighty rock, moves to the bar, gave his card to this unknown woman, and next thing, it was this woman coming to know his place. Why? Anyway, his friend advised him, this thing you're doing is not right. And Salome had to move into her man's house because, of course, it was the next week already. And this guy was like, oh, you have to go back. But he collected the food she made, right? He had to ask her to go because the other woman was in the house. Now, that night, this woman was role-playing. She acted like a bad nurse, a Gen Z baddie. She gave him the whip of his life. David enjoyed the whip of his life. He was so uncomfortable. It was something new, but he was just shouting because of the pain. And then his friend was laughing because after narrating all the pain he went through, he could just but laugh. And yes, I was even thinking this was when he was going to end this rubbish. No, he didn't end it. Now, Salome had to come to the house again because she kept calling her man, and this man has been avoiding her. This unknown woman has been living in this house. She just saw the woman walking out to go and walk out, and she was like, the blood of Jesus, what is this? Who is this walking out of my husband's house? And you can imagine what Salome walked to her husband's house. A hair tie, a sweater, a very huge skirt. Or should I say a mighty skirt. And she was weeping because what did she just see? How is this happening? Next thing, David was the one cooking by himself now because this bougie girl does not clean nor cook. So he comes back home, there was nothing to eat, so he made something. He just went upstairs to, freshen up and come back. And this girl ate the food that he had made. You know how pissed off he got? Like, it was something relatable because it has happened to me before. Now, this girl was like, I was so hungry, so I have to eat it. Frederick was like, before I open my eyes and close it, before you will go to the kitchen and make something for me. And she did. She made noodles because that was what she ate. She ate his noodles just so she had to make him noodles. And guess what, guys? Even noodles she couldn't make. She made pepper soup noodle without the ingredients. Not even onion, not even pepper. Chris wanted to puke. Seeing that he has suffered a lot, he had to come beg Salome. Salome the cleaner, Salome the cook, Salome the one that you shag, Salome the one, the everything. And then he was just, Chris was just a narcissist because he would just do something and make her feel like she's the cause of it. Although she was 80% of the cause. Because if she was dressing the way, she had a very good body. If she was dressing the way this man wanted, I don't think he would have looked at the other lady in the first place. So she came home, she cleaned, prepped something really good for him. She didn't even know that there was somebody coming to the house. In fact, this unknown lady came to the house and met her mopping. Salome stood up to her like, what are you doing here? And seeing what David did that day, this unknown lady kissed David in the presence of his woman, his fiancée, and he could not even say anything. He was like, okay, Salome, just go inside. What? And the next thing he comes into the kitchen to tell her is, you need to make something for us, and you're the one I love. I put a big rock on your finger. If I do not love you, I would not do that. And Salome had to make food for them. She made food for this woman and her man, and then she carried her food just to come to the table to eat. And this unknown woman did not want to let her eat on that table because she thought she was the maid. David had put this girl in trouble by not standing for her. She wanted to stand up for herself, but the way he treated her, she couldn't do it anymore. So he comes to the kitchen and say, babe. See, my shock was that he was still calling her babe. Comes to the kitchen and say, babe, you have to sleep in the guest house from now henceforth because this girl is here. How is that even possible? That night she heard the noise of her life, and then the next morning she wanted to leave, like she had had it, and she wanted to leave. And David was like, oh no, you don't have to leave. He begged as if he wanted to die that day. Please, don't leave me. He was just saying all manner of things he was saying. And then he was giving her drink. Oh, drink now. He would just, And then he made her to move back, because every time he begs, he does something worse. So he made her move back to the main house because the other lady had gone. Now he said they should go for a pool party. Now this was what Salome wanted to wear to a pool party. A pool party, you are wearing a cap, even if it's a church service. How, Salome? She gets this man really pissed off most of the times. And then this lady comes back and I was like, oh, I've been calling you, I've been trying to reach you, and the rest. And he had promised Salome not to communicate with this lady anymore. But there she was, seeing that she came back, and it means obviously they were in communication. And this unknown lady comes back to the house at will whenever she wants to come. Salome will always make food until the point that this lady moved into this house and said she was pregnant. Salome was arguing, you're not pregnant. You and I know you're not pregnant. In fact, I also thought she was not pregnant because of the way she behaved. Like she was always falling down because she wanted to put Salome in trouble. She did not even value her pregnancy, guys. She was pregnant. I'm going to get to that part. She was pregnant. She was actually pregnant. Chris begged Salome as if he wanted to die because she would just, as soon as she heard this lady was pregnant, she wanted to go. Like, she was pained. Like, I could feel her pain, like literally feel her pain. And Salome did not even change her dressing. Like, knowing how bad it had got into, you still did not change your dressing. At least try a little change. Chris bought conception gifts for this girl. The thing really killed Salome. She was so pissed. And then Chris came to beg Salome, and this lady came in between them again, in their middle, was trying to sleep. Okay, the next day they were trying to go out. Salome wears something else again, stating that he was the one that bought it for her. This strange woman will come down from the staircase at any given time, saying that there's water on the floor or she's trying to mop. She would just want to fall down to get David pissed off with Salome. And the way he even used to react, like, don't you know this is my first child? Why are you trying to kill my first child? It was just so tiring to watch. I felt really bitter upon all of these things happening. Salome was still cooking, cleaning, washing, doing all she could do in the house. For what? And this lady comes at will, talks to her the way she wants to, and Salome resorted to prayers. In that prayers, this girl will still come, this strange woman will still come and warn her, don't pray like that in this household. Salome warned her so many times, and one day she went to buy stuffs, cute gowns, and then she wore one of it, and this lady was like, did you steal my dress? So then Salome realized that she had that kind of dress. This lady went to wear the same dress, came to look identical, and this guy still chose the other lady. Pained Salome was pushing him out of her room. Why have you not moved out? On all of this wahala, Salome was still cooking. He would come and beg. She would tell him, I'm reaching my limit. Now this girl who is pregnant wanted to go for antenatal, and she would just it was 1 million she demanded for antenatal. Like, what kind of antenatal costs 1 million? And then whenever that lady leaves, he comes trying to smile with Salome, and before you know it, he would deceive Salome. It was just really crazy, like how she was in love with Chris. She was so much in love with him, and then one day he locked them inside the room because this strange woman still came to lie down in between them again when he was trying to spend time with Salome, and he left them there and went upstairs. She fell down because Salome was praying. This strange woman fell down. It was meant to be funny, but it wasn't funny to me because I was feeling Salome's pain. Like, I felt Salome's pain throughout this movie. And the next day, when this guy went to work, Salome moved out quickly, and that was what she would have done since, because whenever she tries to move out, he tries to beg her, deceive her. She moved out quickly as soon as he went to work. And then, knowing that it was so bad for him, he would come and start smiling, trying to deceive her again. But she had made up her mind that this would never happen again. But he did not stop. He kept coming, not until he heard this lady on the phone. She was actually pregnant. The strange lady was pregnant, but not for him, it was for another person. And then he had to chase her out of his house. That was when his sense came back, and he fully pursued Salome. Salome, knowing that that child was not for him, already prepared her mind. But last, she still fell. She still forgave him. Like, I don't know. This is a lot of people's reality, but God will help us. If I'm to rate this movie, I'm going to rate it 7 over 10. Salome did so good in this movie. It was, good acting. But YouTube movies, please, you guys can make your video quality better. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and please like it if you haven't. See you on the next one. Bye.